We have a lot to talk about, and this is the weekend edition. Good through this Sunday. This stock market video is good through Sunday, December 4th, 2016. Markets here in the week mixed. You can see that here with the banks faring the poorest, down 0.8%. The financials down 1%. We're seeing a flip-flop. Banks have been so strong and now they're showing weakness. Crude oil up more than 1%. Gold higher, silver higher by 1%. VIX break even. The VIX index, down 1% on Friday. And here we are looking at the markets. We got some great charts to be showing you guys here. And right before I do, Grok trade. This is the place. If you want stocks to pick and you want us to do all the heavy lifting for you, 2 weeks free right here. It's the best stock picks list out there. Why? Because we do fundamental analysis and technical analysis, and we have a bull list and a bear list. It is incredibly powerful. In the chat room, a lot of you guys are not day traders. You want to be trade traders, but here's a chance you can come in and day trade on our dime. You can day trade free of charge for 30 days right here. And the mentorship. A lot of people wonder, why do I do videos? Why have I been doing videos since 2004 every day? And it's because I want to show the capacity that I have and why we developed Grok Trade. With those two things combined, that tells you that we have something very, very special. And I'm hoping that if you followed me for any time at all, you know that there is power in learning and knowing technical analysis, and that is there. Big classes here, guys. Free classes. Scroll down a little bit at groktrade.com. Go to those classes. All right, let's get after this. We have here, this is the small caps. This is the Russell's 2000, okay? Huge rally. I called it a buy here. We went higher, called it a buy here. Went higher, called it a sell here. We've been dropping. However, this is a beautiful bull pullback, guys. It's a bull pullback. I don't like the volume on the pullback, but just looking at price action alone, it looks like that could happen next, okay? On small caps, that's looking pretty bullish to me. However, banks are weak, big sell volume on the pullback. There's a lot that I don't like here. But if I just look at this, it looks like this could pop higher. It could pop higher. And if I go here to the spiders, the ETFs, the S&P 500 ETF called the spiders, we drop, called it a sell a couple days back, and we pause on Friday here. We're staying above this area that acted as resistance here. Now it's acting as support here. MACD is tracking lower. We're above the zero line. We do have negative histogram ticks. However, they're getting smaller, almost like it's wanting to pop also. So it would not surprise me to see a rally take place fairly soon, but the volume has not been great. Again, if I go here to the diamonds, this is the Dow 30, the diamonds. It's building a high base or a bull pennant, a real tiny one. Pretty bullish if you ask me. I mean, this is a pretty nice setup here for more bullish activity. If you look at the Nasdaq, the problem with the Nasdaq, I'm going to zoom in because, well, before I zoom in, I want to share a couple things with you. I redid some lines, and if you did those with me, you're going to see something amazing, okay? I called it a sell a couple days ago. We started bleeding out today. We just kind of hang out here, move sideways. But let's zoom in. I want you to see what this candlestick did on Friday. We opened, we dropped, we went higher, we come back down. But look where support was. This shadow went down there, touched that trend line, came up, touched this trend line. This trend line's been here for a while. This one we added resistance, said, hey, there's support. We're getting tested again. It stayed right between those two trend lines. These two trend lines stayed right between them. A lot of indecision happened on Friday. A lot of indecision. This one's going to have more trouble going higher. The Nasdaq is in more trouble technically, no pun intended, than the other ones that I see here. I think this is a pause before more trouble in the distance. There's certainly thunder in the distance on this one. If you go here to the banks trekking higher, but it's slowing down trajectory. It's rolling over. It looks like we are petered out here. We need to build a foundation to rest on, or we're going to get a pullback here. Financials, we popped up. But today, Friday, you get a bearish harami reversal pattern, and this could start to drop on us. I see a nasty bearish divergence here on the MACD. All you Grok graduates, all those men through the mentorship program, I want you to pay special attention to that. You know all about it. And you'll hear me say things to the Grok graduates, guys, because like our mentorship, it's 3 days of very thorough education, very comprehensive and thorough education. So there is so much behind the scenes. I just share kind of the face value here in the videos. But eventually, I hope that you'll go through the mentorship sooner than later. Your time's now. You want to make that happen. But you'll be utterly shocked on how much we are seeing in these charts that aren't being talked about in the videos. And if there's things in particular that I want to call out to the mentor students, I want them to see that. And I think overall with all of us, I have over 855 students myself, and Mark, the Miracat, and all the other mentors, about 2,500 students been through the program. Pretty cool. All right, US dollar. This is trouble. I called it a buy. I'm going to immediately turn this dude around. I'm using TradingView, by the way. And you can follow me on TradingView. Look for D7. You can follow me on TradingView if you want. I popped here. I'm calling it a sell now. So US dollar looks like it's going to get weaker, and that's going to really bode well for the markets as a whole. Here's crude oil. This is an amazing thing here on crude oil. That is now a buy, even after an extended run. I'm adding a second buy to this. Why? Because we got a close above a trend line. So this is pretty powerful. I wish I had more volume on this, but I think after an extended run like this, we're going to probably build a little bit of a base and then we'll run higher. But this is very, very powerful. That is a good move. I called it a buy a few days ago. Now I'm going to add a second one because it did break a trend line. Gold. Oh man, I might have to. No, this so looks like a short-term bottom. I want to. Let me look here. There's a number of things that I am taking in consideration. Wow. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm not 100% confident on this buy call. And this could turn around to bite me in the rear big time. So there's my disclaimer. I'm not overly confident. I had 2 sells here and we crashed and burned. I wish I could make this like a light green or a small candlestick or a small arrow. Not overly confident, but this could be a short term. Let me share something that I heard today. There's a gentleman, he's a talking head on the internet. And I was listening to his Periscope today. Periscope is a live feed on Twitter. And listening to him, and he didn't know that I was online. We don't know each other, but he got talking. He's not a trader or an active one. He's known for other things. He's an author. And somebody brought up gold. And out of the blue, he starts talking about gold. And talking about and he knows about gold. He was talking a number of different things. He was able to talk about GLD, SLV. He was able to talk about spot gold. I mean, he was sharing some information, and I thought, okay, this guy knows what he's talking about. This is interesting. But he said something. I wish I had it recorded. There was 10,000 people, I think, at the time listening to him, and he said, it was just over that, actually. It was almost 10,200 people. And he says, but listen to me, guys. Don't go out and just start buying gold. You can't do that. That's asinine. You can't do that. If you're gonna drop $1,100 on an ounce of gold right now, that's you can't consider that a good investment. And he goes, you need to invest in yourself first. Invest in your education. Invest in your mind. Put that $1,100 into learning how to invest properly. And he could not have said it any better as a layman. He could not have said it any better. So here is me talking to you guys. Quit buying stocks, ETFs, or God forbid, options. Get out of options if you're trading them. Get out. They will, and you know it better than I right now, because you're feeling the pain. You see the money that can be lost in options. And I'm telling you this, if you happen to be one of the ones that are fairly new in options and you're on a lucky streak and you're making a ton of money, I'll tell you this, you better learn how to protect it right now, because if you do not, you're in for a rude awakening quite soon. And for you guys who have been option traders in the past and are not now, leave your comments down there, because we're all going to warn you. That is not the route to go to make any sort of serious money in the markets on a consistent and semi-safe basis. It is not true. And some of you who are been sold on options and you are hot on them right now, you're not going to like what I'm hearing, or you're not going to like what you're hearing that I'm saying. But I've been trading 18 years, guys, in the markets. I was an option coach, mentor, did it for Rich Dad, Poor Dad, did it for Teach Me to Trade, did it for these big companies. And the one thing that I know is a ton of students come through, and by the time they got to us, the mentors, at the end of their education cycle through their curriculum, when they got to us, I couldn't believe the horror stories of how much money people had lost in options. Before they got educated, and even during their education process, they were out there and in a very dangerous land that most people should not be in. Whoa, did not expect to go on that little bit of a rant or soapbox diatribe. But here's the thing. If you're going to invest in anything, first make it yourself, make it your mind, and invest in the very thing that matters the most to you, and that is you. All right, so silver. Go to silver. Silver's popping too. No volume. It's killing me. I'm going to do it. I think we have a short-term bottom. I fully expect there to be a red arrow sell signal soon. But let's see what happens. I'm calling the buy. And the VEX ETF. So it popped. Look at this. Popped up over this line. Boom. Let's see. Called it a sell. Do I want to? I might have to say a buy. I'm gonna say a buy here also on VIX, which is fear, meaning I'm expecting the fixed fear to go higher. And let's see what happens. I threw a lot at you here, a number of things to think about, but I want to go to the weekly charts, okay? So the weekly charts are very important to us on the weekend edition. We have a reversal pattern. The weekly up, 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 up. We stall. We have a bearish Harami on the weekly. That's bearish, guys. The diamonds up, up, up. It's slowing down on the rise to the upside. The Dow weekly chart looking slower. The Nasdaq is horrible. We went up, touched, and we come back down, but we're at support. So support on the weekly, support on the weekly, support on the weekly on the Nasdaq. If it breaks out, the Nasdaq's in a ton of trouble. Has bearish divergence too. If it breaks out, we're in a ton of trouble next week. But if we can rally above, finding support, all is still well in the markets. Small caps busted over, looking good. But look at this, tweezer top. Almost a kind of engulfing pattern on the weekly small caps, looking a little weak. I'm not going to put a sell on it yet. We just didn't. Nothing is telling me to do a weekly sell yet. Banks, toppy, looking toppy. Here are the financials. Financials up there, maybe a little toppy. Crude oil, I called it a buy 3 weeks ago. It continues to be that. We have resistance areas to contend with, but I think oil is on the rise. Gold, I called it a sell several weeks back, but this could be hammering at a bottom. It really could be. Silver, hammering at a bottom. I mean, this thing could be ready to go higher. And I won't even look at the monthly. I mean, I can show you the monthly, I guess. Let me just show you the monthly on a couple quick ones. The monthly on the spiders. Forget this one. We're only a couple days into the month, but here, this is huge. I need to call it this last month, just a couple days ago. Now that it's solidified over the top of resistance, it is static candlestick. I'm calling it a buy, even though it's red so far, but that is a buy now on Spider, the diamond. This is big news. I called it a buy early. Remember that? I said I'm a little early on this, but I'm going to call it a buy. I'm really sticking by that. Nasdaq, can't call it a buy. This is still sell, heading down. Ooh, big nasty bearish divergence on the monthly chart on Nasdaq. It's no good. It's not good. Small caps, pausing, called it a buy. All is looking well. The banks monthly, boom, called it a buy last month, looking good. Financials called it a buy last month, looking good. US dollar, called it a buy a couple months back, and we're slowing down here. If we start to drop, this is bearish divergence too. If this starts to drop, the markets will be doing very well with the US dollar softening up and dropping. Crude oil, called it a buy 3 months ago. We do continue higher. Fully expect that to keep going higher, but this is turning to a bear flag. We drop, bear flag. This could be bad in the long run, but right now, it's a buy. Gold monthly, call it a sell, down, but we're trying to find a bottom. This is a 50% Fibonacci retracement. I mean, it could get a bounce here. Silver, up. Look at this. This thing looks like it's ready to go. This could be a buy on a monthly chart fairly soon. VIX, just sideways, nothing. Fears just going sideways, nothing. And last but not least, Saturday morning, join us 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you don't make it, no problemo. If you want a little more information on the mentorship, 20-minute mentor, free to you guys. So there you have it. If you like it, get you guys later.